Hello everyone! So if you guys don't know, I'm a pretty huge fan of FNAF. I've been an avid fan since before the release of Sister Location. And I've been more and more interested in FNAF as of late. For one, we've been having a lot of FNAF content, so books, Security Breach, the Ruin DLC, and we are going to have Help Wanted 2 later this year. But the reason why I decided to make this video was to celebrate the fact that after almost a decade of waiting, the movie is going to be finally released later this month. So today I'm going to take some of the FNAF Security Breach animatronics and turn them into human character designs. But before we begin, these are the names I chose for the Pokemon Magical Girls I designed last week. Thank you to everyone who suggested names in the comments. I decided to name Fanstamp Oak, Pumpkaboo is going to be named Kai, and finally Sinesty is going to be called Alice. And now, without further ado, let's get to it! First of all, FNAF's best boy, Glamrock Freddy. Glamrock Freddy is such an amazing character. He's super nice and protective, and is also oh so dumb. Genuinely, the line he had about his dancing glitch made me burst out laughing. I love that. C is definitely my favorite. His design is also really good. I love that Steel Wool went with a saturated orange and blue color palette rather than giving Freddy his usual earthy tones, because it fits really well with the Glamrock theme. Although I do have to say that when I was translating his design into a human, I realized how weird of a combination is Glamrock fashion and a classical bow tie and top hat. It suits him well as an animatronic, but I had to ditch the top hat when designing his human counterpart. Speaking of which, when turning Glamrock Freddy into a human, I tried to keep his body shape, so wider shoulders and a slimmer waist, although because I gave him a jacket, you can't really tell that he has a skinnier waist. I ended up looking up a lot of Glamrock fits and ended up giving him a yellow jacket to allude to Freddy's color. I gave him his spiky bracelets, red pants as a reference to Freddy's bright red leg warmers, and I also decided that these pants are made out of this shiny, more plastic-like material because I think it fits with the 80s Glamrock fashion that all the Glamrocks follow. Then I gave him shiny leather boots and a mullet. His bow tie gave me a bit of trouble because it really doesn't fit the Glamrock aesthetic. Again, I understand why they did it. Bow ties and top hats are a staple in Freddy designs. Two of the only accessories that any Freddy has consistently. Like I said before, I ended up ditching the top hat, but I gave him his bow tie. I just made it bigger and a lot looser, almost like he was trying to tie a tie. He didn't know how to do it and just gave up and tied it in a bow. Because Freddy has a lightning painted on his chest, I decided to give him a light blue shirt under the orange jacket, and the zipper of the jacket as a lightning charm. And I also gave Freddy face paint to mimic the original Freddy's face markings. I almost forgot his cool painted nails and his little red earring, but I remembered just in time and added them in after recording the Speedpaint. Next up, we have Glamrock Chica, the only other main animatronic that is based on one of the original four. No, I'm not counting Glamrock Bunny, because the only time we see him, it was a secret Easter egg in the Ruin DLC, plus he was already shattered and we really don't know much about his personality, so yeah. Back to Chica. Chica is an interesting character because she has changed so much since her debut. In the first game, she was your typical bird animatronic, always in the kitchen, very gluttonous. But then in the second game, her toy version became a very curvy chicken, only wearing a bikini and a bib. And then her next versions went back to her original body type, until we got Funtime Chica, and finally Glamrock Chica, which also got the Toy Chica treatment. It's okay though, because I think Glamrock Chica has a great design and she fits really well with the other Glamrocks. I even like the fact that they switched their color to white, because it fits that well. Another interesting thing about Glamrock Chica is that she was supposed to have an accent, and though I do think the accent is funny, I like that they left it out. I also love that they kept the fact that Chica loves to eat and multiply that by 100. She is so gluttonous now that her showroom is filled with pizza boxes and slices everywhere. She straight up eats trash now. I find it amusing. When turning her into a human character design, I decided to give her a chubbier body type because when I was looking up the Pizzaplex posters and cutouts, Chica is always drawn a little bit rounder. In some pictures, it even looks like she has a double chin, so I gave her a chubbier build. Also because I like to draw chubby characters, I can admit to that as well. In her case, I didn't look up as much on Glamrock fashion, instead I decided to look up just normal 80s fashion on hairstyles. One hairstyle that kept popping up was this very cute curly hair pulled up into a partial ponytail with a colorful scrunchie. I really like this hairstyle and it fits Chica's so well, I ended up giving her that hairstyle. But instead of a scrunchie, she tied her hair with a bright pink bow, just like in her original design. I kept her really cool neon green earrings, as well as her neon gloves, spiky bracelets, and her mismatched leg warmers with animal print. I then gave her a pink sweater tucked in her short shorts and yellow sneakers to mimic her fit in the original design and to tie the look together. Just like with Freddy, I gave Chica face paint, although not as visible because of her pinkish skin tone, and orange lipstick as a callback to Chica's beak. And finally, Roxy Wolf, one of the newest animatronic characters Chillpeach brought to the table. She's really cool looking. She's not my favorite because I don't particularly like her personality. I'm not a fan of mean and egocentric characters. I can admit that she has a complex and well-developed personality, even more so on how she acts in Ruin. Her egocentric attitude is really just a front. She's actually very insecure, and in Ruin we get to meet a very different Roxy. Now, I don't know if that's because she really only hates Gregory or what, but she acts completely different with Cassie. She's calm, she's not mean, she's protective. Is her behavior changing as a result of not being under the control of the Afton virus? Is it a retcon because people really like Roxy? I don't know, but I have to admit I like her more after the Ruin DLC. I find her relationship with Cassie very endearing. She also looks really cool in the DLC. I know that they redesigned her endoskeleton between the main game and the DLC, and honestly I think they did a great job. She looks 100 times better, her face looks like a mask, that's so cool. And when I designed Roxy's human counterpart, I wanted her to have the same cool big sister type vibe that the original gave off, especially in Ruin. She looks confident and secure of herself, despite her deep-seated insecurities. I kept most of Roxy's design. She has a toned body type. I kept her wild grey hair with a neon green streak. I kept her piercings. I kept her bold makeup and face markings, completed with purple eyeshadow and purple lipstick that go really well with her darker skin tone. I kept her countless spiky accessories and her zebra print leg warmers. Her outfit is very similar to Roxy's original outfit. But I decided that her clothes would be made out of a shinier plastic-like material, a bit like the pants I gave to Freddy. I also gave her leather boots. I decided that the arm wraps that she has in her original design wouldn't work with the vision I had in mind, so I decided to switch those arm things for purple fingerless gloves. And finally, I gave her a cool leather jacket. And with that, we get to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, consider leaving a like and subscribe. And until next time, bye!